What if pagod ka na? What if ayaw mo na? Lalaban ka pa ba or suko na? Hi, my name is Jericho Estelioso, but you can call me Echo. I am a 20-year-old working student, and in this video, we are going to talk about motivation. This is a partial fulfillment to my subject BAHR 212. First, we need to define motivation. So, what is motivation? According to Psychology Today, motivation is the desire to act in service of a goal. One of the major faults people make when trying to motivate others is not taking their individual needs into concern, and the ideal approach to motivate a person is to know his individual need first, then present him a reward that either help him continue the favorable status he used to live in, or present him a reward that would permit him to get away from the poor condition he used to live in. Actually, there are two types of approaches: content approach and process approach. Content approaches determine the particular needs that motivate or inspire people, while process approach are concerned with how motivation happens. Under the content approach, we have different theories. First is the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow formed a theory based on his definition of need that proposes humans are motivated by multiple needs, and these needs exist in hierarchical levels. The level of motivation are separated from level 1 up to level 5, which are first, the psychological needs, or what they call the most basic needs of a human to survive. Second is the safety needs, or the need for protection. Third is the belonging needs, or people need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance. Self-esteem needs that focus to self-respect, and the last stage, or the last level, is the self-actualization, or realizing the person's full potential. Second, we have the second theory is the Alderfer's ERG theory. Okay, so Clayton Alderfer's ERG exists. ERG stands for existence, relatedness, and growth. Existent needs are desires for psychological and material well-being. The second is relatedness needs that are desires for satisfying interpersonal relationships. And the last one is the growth needs. Growth needs are desires for continued psychological growth and development. An already satisfied lower level need that can become reactivated and influence behavior when a higher level need cannot be satisfied, which Alderfer called frustration regression principle. Third theory, or the Hertzberg two-factor theory. Herbert identified two sets of factors that impact motivation. First is the hygiene factors, or factors that do not motivate employees but can cause dissatisfaction if they are missing. Second is the satisfiers, or motivators. These include responsibility, achievement, growth, opportunities, and feeling of recognition are the key to job satisfaction and motivation. So basically, hygiene factors determine the satisfaction, while satisfiers or motivation determine satisfactions. Okay? Let's move on to the fourth theory, which is the McClelland's learned needs theory. David McClelland believes that individuals are born with needs that are learned through life experiences. First is the need for achievement, which is the drive to excel. Second is the need for power, which is the desire to cause other an impact. The third is the need for affiliation, which is the desire for healthy relationships. Now let's talk about the process approaches. Going back, we define process approaches as approaches that are concerned with how motivation happens, with implication of theories through establishing goals and motivational programs. Okay, under this approach, or under process approach, we have also different theories. First is the expectancy theory. Victor H. Vroom developed the expectancy theory in 1964. Expectancy theory argues that humans act according to their conscious expectations, that our particular behavior will lead to specific desirable goals. There is actually an equation that suggests that human behavior is directed by subjective probability, which is motivation equals expectancy multiplied by instrumentality, multiplied by valence. So the value for motivation is the amount of a person who's willing to be motivated by situation that they find themselves in. Second is expectancy value, which is a person perception that effort will result in performance. Second to the last value is instrumentality, which is the person perception that performance will be rewarded or punished. And the last one is the valence, which is a perceived strength of a reward or punishment that will be result from the performance. Second theory is the equity theory. Okay, this is developed by John Stacy Adams in 1963. Equity theory suggests that if the individual perceives that the reward received are equitable, that is fair or just in comparison with those received by others, a similar position in or outside the organization, Adams identifies 6 types of possible behavior as consequences of inequity. First is changes to input. Second, changes to outcomes. Third, cognitive distortion of inputs and outcomes. Fourth, leaving the field. Fifth, acting on others. And the last one, the sixth, changing the object of comparison. Okay, let's move on to the third theory, which is the goal-setting theory. Edwin Locke proposed goal theory in 1968, which proposes that motivation and performance will be high if individuals set specific goals that are challenging but accepted and where feedback is given on performance. The attributes that Locke made emphasis in this theory are goal specificity, second, goal difficulty, third, goal intensity, and the last one is the goal commitment. Okay, so the two most important findings of this theory are first, setting specific goals generates higher levels of performance than setting general goals. Second is a goal that are hard to achieve are linearly or positively connected to performance. The harder the goal, the more a person will work to reach it. So now, we have job design practices that motivate. Many people assume that most important motivator at work is pay, or the salary, the compensation, the money. However, experts point to a different factor as a major influence over work motivation, which is the job design. Job design has a major impact to employee motivation and job satisfaction, commitment to an organization, absenteeism, and turnover. Under this job design practices, we have a job characteristic model, which is one of the most influential attempts to design jobs with increased motivational properties. First is the skill variety, refers to the extent to which the job requires a person to utilize multiple higher level skills. Second is task identity, that refers to the degree to which a person is in charge of completing an identifiable piece of work from start to finish. Third is the task significance, that refers to whether a person's job substantially affects other people's work, health, or well-being. Fourth is autonomy, which is the degree to which a person has the freedom to decide how to perform his or her task creatively. Last one is the feedback, which refers to the degree to which people learn how effective they are being at work. Another job design is the job rotation. This involves moving employees from job to job at regular intervals. Job rotation has several advantages for organizations. One is the burnout reduction. When employees rotate across different positions regularly, they experience less boredom, greater task variety, and decrease feelings or needless repetition. Second is increased employee satisfaction. By allowing employees to engage in job rotation, employees are likely to experience greater satisfaction by identifying strengths and weaknesses. The third one is increased employee motivation. When employees are allowed to rotate between competencies, leading to better job performance and a greater likelihood of promotional advancements. The fourth one is the 3 basic above cumulative influence of business turnover rate and workplace injury. Greatly increase an employee's level of awareness and attention to detail. Another job design is the job enlargement, which refers to the expanding the tasks performed by employees to add more variety. So the last job design that we have here in this video is the job enrichment. Job enrichment is a job redesign technique that allows worker more control over how they perform their tasks. Now let's talk about how to empower people. So, empowerment. Empowerment, this is the removal of condition that makes a person powerless. So basically empowerment means powerful. The idea behind empowerment is that employees can make decisions and perform their jobs effectively if management removes certain barriers. We have here the structural empowerment that refers to the aspect of the work environment that give employees discretion and autonomy and enables them to do their job effectively. The empowerment process starts with a structure that leads to felt empowerment. So here are some tips for empowering employees. First is to change the company structure so that employees have more power over their job. Second is provide employees with access to information about things that affect their work. Third is make sure that employees know how to perform their jobs. Fourth, do not take away employees' power. Fifth is instill a climate of empowerment in which managers do not routinely step in and take over instead. In addition to motivation, our employee or the people, individual person around us, there are actually flexible working arrangements. Flexible work arrangement refers to alternative arrangement or schedules other than the traditional or standard work hours, work days, and work weeks. Number one, we have flexible time. This is a system wherein employees choose their starting and quitting time from a range of available hours. Second is compressed work week, which is under this arrangement, the standard work week is compressed into fewer days than 5 days. The third one, we have flex place. This term encompasses various arrangement in which an employee work from home or some other non-office location. So the fourth one, we have job sharing. Under this arrangement, two people voluntarily share their duties and responsibilities of one full-time position, with both the salary and benefits of the position proported between the two individuals. The fifth one, work sharing. These programs are increasingly used by companies that wish to avoid layoffs. It allows businesses to temporarily reduce hours and salaries for a portion of their workforce. Six is expanded leave. This option gives employees greater flexibility in terms of requesting extended periods away from home without losing their right as employees. Seven is the phased retirement. Under this arrangement, an employer agree to a schedule wherein the employee's full-time work commitments are gradually reduced over months or years. 8, we have partial retirements. So these programs allow older employees to continue working a particular time basis with no established end date. The last one we have here, work and family programs. These programs are ones in which employees provide some degree of assistance to other employees in the realms of their childcare or elder care. So in conclusion for this video, I solely believe that motivation always comes from ourselves, no matter what factors in our environment that might affect us, as long as we are holding our very own reason why and how did we commit to our job, all uncertainties will vanish. Not because you want to endure these things, but because you have a goal to finish. Not for others, but for yourself that you can be proud of. And at the end of the day, it will only matter what choices you choose. So plan better and be better. Thank you for watching this video.